What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Welcome to the final episode of 32 Teams, where I review all 32 teams in the NHL after the 2022-23 season. This series consists of an overview, regular season, postseason, player stats, team stats, and my overall opinion about the team. We finished Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, and now we're on the Stanley Cup champions. Today, we will review the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's get started. The NHL League's Team 6 season since debuting in the 2017-18 campaign was the 2022-2023 Vegas Golden Knights campaign. The Nashville Predators' defeat to the Pittsburgh Penguins on March 30, 2023 gave the Golden Knights the opportunity to return to the playoffs after missing out the previous year. On April 13, 2023, the Golden Knights defeated the Seattle Kraken to capture the third Pacific Division title in the top spot in the Western Conference. The Golden Knights reached the Western Conference Finals for the fourth time in their six-year history, where they beat the Dallas Stars in 6 games to progress to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second time in franchise history. The Golden Knights defeated the Florida Panthers in 5 games to claim their first Stanley Cup, winning Game 5 on June 13th, 2023, to seal the series and become the NHL's newest team to do so. Aside from the goalie, the Golden Knights escaped the bug that plagued them last season when they came to injuries. They had wanted to have Robin Leonard to start the year, but he had a hip surgery and missed the entire year. Third string Logan Thompson was chosen over backup Laurent Brossoit because Brossoit required hip surgery as well, which was a sign of things to come. Thompson was not selected in the draft, but the Golden Knights saw potential in him and signed him. Since John Gibson in 2016, Thompson was the first rookie and goalkeeper to make the All-Star game thanks to his success and his new position. But shortly after he was hurt, the next in line was Adrian Hill, who the San Jose Sharks acquired through trade in the offseason. Also returning was Brossoit. Then, through Hill and Brossoit both sustained injuries, and Jonathan Quick, who had been purchased by the Columbus Blue Jackets for the Los Angeles Kings just 24 hours earlier, entered the picture. Additionally, Jerry Patra participated in 2 net games. To say that this season was an adventure in goal for the Golden Knights would be an understatement. However, they handled it better than any team in recent memory. By the time you reach your backup goaltender, it usually is too late. The Golden Knights started the season with a 4-3 win against the Kings. They lost their first game against the Flames 3 games later. Vegas had a good starting month of 8-2-0 in October. In November, it was also good. They went 9-4-1 and had a good winning streak in the beginning of the month. From October 24th to November 10th, they won every game and had a winning streak of 9 games. In December, they slowed down a bit, but they still did great and had a good month. Their month record of December was 8-6-1. They played their last game of the year against the Predators and won 5-4 in overtime. Their 2022 year record was 25-12-2. This is a very good record for half the season and was slightly better from last season. This shows that they were capable of making the playoffs and that they can become strong playoff contenders. Hopefully, the Golden Knights don't do what they did last season, where they didn't play good in the final half of the year and didn't clinch the playoffs because of it. In January, they started good, but then lost many games. Between January 14th and January 28th, they lost 78 games, which was not good. Their January record was 4-6-2. However, in February, they redeemed themselves. They started the month with a 5-game winning streak and kept winning games throughout the month. In March, they played the best throughout the season and had the best month record of 11-3-1. Because of the great months they played, on March 30th, 2023, the Golden Knights clinched a playoff berth after the Nashville Predators lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Golden Knights deserved clinching the playoffs, as they played the best in the Western Conference and need to redeem themselves from not making the playoffs last season. April mattered since them being the best in the Western Conference wasn't guaranteed yet, but it was after they went 5-0-2 in the final month. Their overall season record was 51-22-9, or 111 points. The Vegas Golden Knights are heading to the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Golden Knights are to play against the second place team in the wild card, which are the Winnipeg Jets. They have barely made it to the playoffs and don't seem like a team that can go far. Vegas are the favorite to win the series. In Game 1, the Jets shocked Vegas with a 5-1 win, and as a 1-0 lead, Vegas were determined to change, and they did. Throughout the next 4 games, Vegas dominantly won every game, won 5-2, 5-4 in double overtime, 4-2, and 4-1, which eliminated Jets and advanced Vegas to the second round. This was a relatively easy series for Vegas that didn't really test them that much. In the second round, they are playing against Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers just defeated the Kings in 6 games. The Oilers is arguably the best offensive team in the NHL and had the greatest power play percent in NHL history, so the Golden Knights will have to play their best defense this series. This was a fun series to watch, as both teams haven't been in the Stanley Cup final for years, and what to change that. In game one, it's a large scoring game that Vegas wins 6-4. This finally tested Vegas as it shows how the Oilers' offense work and how they can stop it. Unfortunately, the Oilers are able to redeem themselves with a large win 5-1 in game two. In Game 3, the opposite happens where Vegas wins 5-1 in Game 3. In Game 4, Edmonton are now able to win 4-1, not making the series an even 2-2. Both of them are winning back and forth, and the Golden Knights must get two more wins to advance to the conference finals. In Game 5, it is close, but the Golden Knights will win 4-3, giving Vegas one more win to eliminate the Oilers. Game 6 happens, and it doesn't look too good. The Oilers are winning 2-1 in the first, but everything changes in the second period. Vegas scores 3, giving them the lead 4-2. Finally, Vegas scores one more goal to seal the nail in the coffin, giving them the win 5-2. They eliminate the Oilers and advance to the conference finals. They beat the best offensive team in the league, which is a great achievement and should fear other opponents. In the conference finals, they are to play against the Dallas Stars. The Stars just beat the Kraken in 6 games. The Stars are very good and will be tough for the Golden Knights to win. If Vegas wins this, they will move on to the Stanley Cup final. Game 1 is a close game. It is 3-3 until regulation ends, which starts overtime. In overtime, Vegas scores, giving the win 4-3. Game 2 is nearly the same game. It is 2-2 and it also goes overtime. In overtime, Vegas wins it again 3-2. The Golden Knights are playing good and need to keep this way in order to win this series. In Game 3, they played the best this series and shut out the Stars 4-0, giving Vegas a 3-0 lead, just one win away from going to the Stanley Cup final. This is the moment that Vegas must play their actual hardest and need to do everything they can to win this series. They can go to the Stanley Cup. In Game 4, a nerve-wracking game that goes to overtime again. It was close, but the Stars score, extending the series. In Game 5, they play in Vegas, and it could be time where Vegas wins this, but they don't. Dallas was able to win it 4-2 in Game 5. They are now only up 3-2 in this series, and Vegas can still close out this series, but it is getting closer, and they don't want to have it that way. They want to close it out now. Game 6 starts, and it is good. Very good. They scored 3 in the first period, 1 in the second period, and finally 2 in the third period, giving the score 6-0. They completely destroy the Stars and win the series, which sends them to the Stanley Cup final. In the Stanley Cup final, they are playing against the Florida Panthers. The Panthers are a second place wildcard team. They beat the greatest team that NHL has ever seen and swept Carolina in the conference finals. They are currently on fire and could surprise Vegas. This should be quite easy, but you never know what could happen in hockey, especially in the Stanley Cup finals. In game 1, the game is tight after 2 periods. It's 2-2 and seems like the third period will be just as tight, but it was the opposite. The Golden Knights scored 3 goals and win the game 5-2. Good start for the Golden Knights. In game 2, they play even better. The Golden Knights scored 2 in the first period and 2 in the second period, making them up 4-0. The Panthers scored 2, but doesn't really matter since Vegas scores 3 in the same period, giving them the win 7-2. What Vegas is doing is good and should stick to the plan. This is the Stanley Cup final, and they are 2 more wins away from winning it all. In game 3, it is much closer. Both teams score 1 goal in the first period, and Vegas scores 1 in the second period. The Golden Knights are up, but Florida are able to score 1 in the last 3 minutes to tie the game. The game goes to overtime, and in overtime, the Panthers score, giving them the win. It wasn't the greatest game for Vegas. They could have played better offense, but they are still up 2-1 in the series. In game 4 is another close game, but the Golden Knights are able to score the first 3 goals. The Panthers score 2 more goals, but the Golden Knights are able to hold it on and win. The Golden Knights are up 3-1 in this series. This is very good. They're in the Stanley Cup final and are only 1 win away to win the Stanley Cup and have the happiest day of their lives. Game 5 starts and it looks great. Vegas scores 2 goals in the first period. Vegas needs to keep scoring to win this cup. In the second period, the Panthers score 1 to cut the deficit to 1, but it doesn't do anything. The Golden Knights score 4 more goals after that in the same period. They're 1 period away from winning the cup. They're up so many goals and can win this cup right now. The Panthers score 2 more goals, but it doesn't do anything. The Golden Knights score 3 more. These 3 goals solidified their win. The score is 9-3. There's 5 seconds left. The Golden Knights look around, experiencing what is about to be the best day of their life. Time winds down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is over. The Vegas Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champs. They won their first cup in franchise history. They destroyed the Panthers and every team they faced in the playoffs. What a season it was for them, and what a way to end the season. The player for the Vegas Golden Knights is Jack Eichel with surprisingly only 66 points in 67 games. He almost had a point a game and is a great playmaker for the team. He has such great puck handling and vision which helps the team score and win games. Next in line is Chandler Stephenson with 65 points in 81 games. He was another great player that can assist players from anywhere. He led the team in assists. He also had a great freestyle win percentage as a center. Next in line is Jonathan Marchessault with 57 points in 76 games. He was with his team for their inaugural season and stayed with them ever since. He knows his team and is a great leader for this team. There are more good players such as Riley Smith, Alex Pietrangelo, and William Carlson with all a significant impact on the Stanley Cup team. Now, having a point leader with only 66 points in the Stanley Cup team is unusual, but it makes sense if you look at it. There are 10 players with over 30 points, which shows you how diverse the team is. Like many other teams, their point leader doesn't have that many points, but the diversity of the team makes up for it. Now let's go down to the goalies. Like I said in the overview, they had 5 goalies in here. Now, Laurent Brossoit played in the beginning of the playoffs but did get hurt and is with the Jets now. Quick got traded to the Vegas Golden Knights but did sign with the Rangers in free agency. So now let's talk about the goalies. Jiri Patra, I'm not really going to talk about. He only played 2 games. Didn't really have an effect. Next you have Jonathan Quick. He played the Kings, then got traded, like I said before, and had a record of 5-2-2 for the Kings, 3.13 goals allowed average, and a .901 save percentage. Not the greatest. Didn't really impact the team that much, but it would make sense why they needed him. But didn't really do that much for the team. I mean, I can't really say much. Laurent Brossoit, he played the last 3 games. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. Played the last few games of the season and played in the playoffs. Having 7-0-3 record. Haven't lost 1 game in regulation in the regular season. Had 2.17 goals allowed average and .927 save percentage. Really good stats right now. He only played 10 games, but it still is a pretty good stat. I mean, it's sad that he left. I believe, yeah, he went to the Jets. He's not with the team anymore. But he had a very good season. Unfortunately, I think he did get injured in the playoffs, which made Aiden Hill change, and that's where we're going. Aiden Hill, he had a 16-7-1 record with a 2.5 goals allowed average and a .915 save percentage. Really good player. Aiden Hill also played in playoffs, won the cup for this team. Without Aiden Hill, it wouldn't be that. I don't think they would have. I mean, they might have won the cup, but it would have been a lot harder. Aiden Hill was a very solid goalie and was the backup for Broussard. And when Broussard got injured, Aiden Hill came and he played very good. He delivered and did his job very good for his team, and it makes sense. Logan Thompson played 36 games, had a 21-13-3 record, played the most games of all the goalies, had 2.65 goals on average and .915 save percentage. Also a really good goalie that really helped the regular season for Vegas. Also kind of the reason why they had such a good regular season record. Logan Thompson, Aiden Hill, all 2 very good goalkeepers, goalies that really helped this team and the regular season and playoffs, which ultimately is the reason why they won the Stanley Cup. Now let's move on to the team stats. We have Vegas Golden Knights 7th in the faceoff win percentage with 52.3 save faceoff win percentage. Really good. That's pretty good. Shots against. You want to be in the lower end in this stat? Are they? Vegas is 28th with a 30.9 shots against. Not too bad. You want higher shots, and do they have higher shots? They do a little bit, barely 31.5 shots per game. Power play. The power play for Vegas is 19th, 77.4, which is actually in the lower end. Not the greatest penalty kill. Not the greatest penalty kill. So sorry. Penalty kill was not the greatest. You want a better penalty kill. As a Stanley Cup team, it is kind of surprising. But I mean, you see Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers, who the Florida Panthers went to the Stanley Cup with that type of penalty kill. So you can go to can go to Stanley Cup with this penalty kill, but it's preferred to have a better penalty kill than that. Power play for Vegas was 18, 20.3 power play. Not the greatest. It's okay. Could be better. Goals allowed defensively. Vegas allowed 2.74 goals. Pretty decent. And is it higher than 2.74 for Vegas? It is 3.26 overall Vegas. What a season. Honestly, teams that show that they're pretty mid team, but honestly, they're very good. You watch how they play, they were very good. The goalies were great. The team stats 111 points, won the Stanley Cup, beat the Jets, Florida. I'm not going in order, beat Florida, Jets, Edmonton, and I forgot who the other team was, but very good season for them. They won a cup, and it was a great season for Vegas. Vegas, what a team! And This team can't stop them. And the Stars will they also beat. Now, what's my overall opinion about the Vegas Golden Knights? I think they're a great team that really deserves the Stanley Cup. They played the best season in their franchise history and proved it in the playoffs. They have many great players, great coaches, good young core, and good goalies. They are really good, and I'm certain they will make the playoffs next season. On my last note, the Vegas Golden Knights are one of the best teams and are in a good spot. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. This series is over. Wow, what a journey. I don't know how many I don't know how long this took me. I think it took me like a month and a half. It is the almost the end of summer. What a series. I mean, I want to thank y'all so much. I don't know how many views we got, but it was really great of a series. This really pushed my limit how many videos I can upload, and this really did show I can upload every day. It just does take some time, and I did have to take some breaks. On Sundays, I don't make videos, so yeah. But it was honestly a very good journey. Even though I don't miss writing the scripts for these videos, I will kind of miss it. It is like a daily routine at this point. But hey, no, great series. No, talking about the Vegas Golden Knights, talking about every team, talking about my favorite team, New Jersey Devils. Really just fun to do. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this series. Like it if you like this series and this video. Comment down below about this video and this series. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this series. I really hope you did. Maybe more to come. I might make a video. I don't know when before the season starts about the the regular season, the future regular season for this for all the teams, the records, the predicting the records. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this series and yeah, like the video. Comment down below. And yeah, stay safe and have a great day. See ya.